Bueno, yo pienso que soy un chico.
Meet Achraf Hakimi, one of the fastest players in football. From helping his mother as a kid to make ends meet, to dominating the football territory with his speed. Hakimi was born into the type of family where he understood that nothing in life would come easy. But on the pitch, he was unstoppable. Rising through the ranks of Real Madrid's academy, Hakimi quickly made a name for himself with blistering pace and attacking flair. Don't get it wrong, breaking into a team filled with superstars wasn't simple. So, he took a bold step, moving to Borussia Dortmund, where he exploded onto the scene as one of Europe's most exciting young defenders. Now at Paris Saint-Germain, he continues to shine on the biggest stage, while proudly representing Morocco, leading his nation to a historic run in the 2022 World Cup, capturing hearts around the globe. In this video, we uncover the luxury lifestyle of Achraf Hakimi, but we will first get to see the rise, the struggles, the speed, and the story behind one of football's most dynamic players. So, if you think talent alone makes a star, Hakimi's story will make you think again. Smash that like button and subscribe as we dive in. Before all the glory, there was a boy running through the streets of Getafe, trying to prove he belonged. Achraf Hakimi was born on November 4, 1998, in Madrid, to Moroccan parents who had left home in search of something better. His family lived on the outskirts of Spanish society, close enough to see opportunity, far enough to feel excluded from it. They didn't have much. His parents worked tirelessly, often in low-paying jobs, to keep the household stable. Money was tight. Security was fragile. But one thing was constant: sacrifice. Everything they had went into giving their children a chance to rise beyond the limits placed on them. Football wasn't a luxury in Hakimi's life. It was a necessity. Growing up in Getafe, Achraf spent countless hours playing on small pitches, concrete courts, and open spaces wherever the ball could roll. There were no academies early on, no elite pathways laid out, just instinct, speed, and the need to stand out in order to survive. And Hakimi stood out immediately. He was faster than everyone else, relentless, fearless. He ran like someone being chased, not by defenders but by circumstance. Coaches noticed his athleticism before anything else. His technical ability came later. His understanding of space came later. But the speed? That was natural. At just 8 years old, Achraf earned a chance that changed everything. He joined Real Madrid's youth academy, La Fábrica. For a child from a migrant family, walking into Valdebebas felt like stepping into another world, one built on confidence, privilege, and expectation. And suddenly, Achraf felt different, not just because of football, but because of identity. He was Spanish by birth, Moroccan by blood, and never fully seen as either. At school, he was the Moroccan kid. On the pitch, he had to prove he deserved to be there, every day. There were moments of doubt, moments of isolation, moments when talent wasn't enough to silence bias. So he ran harder. While others relied on skill, Hakimi relied on effort. While others waited for chances, he created them through movement. Coaches pushed him into defense, not because it was his dream, but because his speed made him useful there. He didn't complain, he adapted. As a teenager, Hakimi learned versatility early: right back, wing back, midfield roles in youth setups. He learned how to read danger, how to recover ground, how to turn defense into attack in seconds. That adaptability became his trademark, long before the world noticed it. But outside football, life remained grounded. There were no flashy purchases, no sudden lifestyle changes. His parents kept him focused, humble, protected. They reminded him constantly that football could disappear at any moment, and education, discipline, and character mattered just as much. That grounding mattered, because when Achraf reached his late teens, opportunity came fast, and pressure came faster. At 17, he was already training around senior professionals. At just 18 years old, he made his first team debut under Zinedine Zidane. Surrounded by legends, Hakimi learned quickly that talent alone wasn't enough. Minutes were limited, competition was fierce, and patience became part of his education. He won trophies at Madrid, including Champions League medals, but development required more than bench appearances. So he left. In 2018, Hakimi joined Borussia Dortmund on loan, and that move changed everything. In Germany, space opened up. Trust followed. Dortmund didn't ask him to wait, they asked him to attack. As a wingback, Hakimi flourished. His speed turned counterattacks into weapons. His timing made him unpredictable. He scored goals defenders didn't expect a defender to score. Season after season, his numbers climbed, not just assists and goals, but influence. At Dortmund, Hakimi stopped being a prospect. He became a force. When his time in Germany ended, Europe had taken notice. And in 2020, he made another decisive move, this time to Inter Milan under Antonio Conte. Italy demanded something different. Less freedom, more structure, more responsibility. Hakimi adapted again. At Inter, he learned tactical discipline without losing his aggression. His runs were timed, his positioning precise, his contribution essential. And that season ended with a historic achievement, Inter's first Serie A title in over a decade. Hakimi wasn't just part of the title run, he was pivotal. By now, his reputation had shifted. He was no longer just the fastest fullback in Europe, he was one of the most complete wide players in the game. Then came Paris Saint-Germain. In 2021, Hakimi joined PSG, stepping into a squad filled with global stars and relentless expectation. The spotlight was constant, the margin for error was thin. But Hakimi didn't slow down. If anything, he accelerated. At PSG, he refined his game again. He became more consistent defensively, more intelligent in possession, more confident in big moments. Whether overlapping, underlapping, or arriving late into the box, Hakimi remained a constant threat. And on the biggest European nights, he delivered. Goals in knockout matches, assists under pressure, performances that reminded everyone why modern football values fullbacks who can dominate entire flanks. Internationally, his professional life took on even deeper meaning. Representing Morocco, Hakimi wasn't just playing football, he was carrying identity. At the 2022 World Cup, he helped lead Morocco to an unprecedented semi-final run, redefining African football on the global stage. His penalty against Spain, calm, fearless, decisive, wasn't just a moment, it was a statement. Achraf Hakimi's professional life is not the story of a player who found comfort, it's the story of a player who kept choosing challenge. Spain taught him patience, Germany gave him freedom, Italy gave him discipline, France gave him scale. And through it all, Hakimi never stopped running. Not because he couldn't rest, but because movement is who he is.
Finally, let's talk rewards. As of early 2026, Hakimi's net worth is estimated between $24 million and $30 million, with several outlets converging around the $24 to $25 million mark for conservative valuations. But Hakimi's wealth isn't the result of one big payday. It's the result of constant ascent. Hakimi's early professional years at Real Madrid paid modestly by elite standards. He was young, talented, but still a rotation player. The money wasn't life-changing yet. It was developmental. What mattered more was exposure and trust. The first financial shift came during his loan to Borussia Dortmund, where regular minutes turned reputation into leverage. His performances in Germany raised his market value across Europe and positioned him for a major permanent move. That move arrived in 2020 when Inter Milan signed him for around 40 to 43 million euros. Along with the transfer came a significant salary jump, reportedly in the 6 to 7 million euros per year range, marking Hakimi's first entry into elite earner territory. Inter didn't just pay for pace, they paid for reliability, and Hakimi delivered a Serie A title. The defining financial moment of Hakimi's career came in 2021 when Paris Saint-Germain signed him for approximately 60 million euros. That transfer placed him among the most expensive defenders in football and pushed him into a new income tier.
At PSG, Hakimi's salary reportedly climbed into the 10 to 12 million euro gross per year range initially. Then, in February 2025, he signed a major contract extension, making him one of the highest-paid fullbacks in the world. Under the new deal, Hakimi earns roughly 14 to 15 million euros per year, with bonuses pushing his potential annual earnings even higher. Over the life of the contract, the deal is valued at 70 to 80 million euros in wages. By early 2026, salary tracking estimates place his gross career earnings above 50 million euros, a figure accumulated steadily rather than explosively. Hakimi's commercial profile accelerated dramatically after Morocco's historic 2022 World Cup run, where he became a global symbol of modern African football. For years, he was associated with Adidas, but in April 2025, he made a high-profile switch to Under Armour, becoming a key ambassador for the brand's football expansion in Europe and Africa. The deal includes performance footwear, lifestyle apparel, and global marketing campaigns. He has also partnered with brands such as Samsung Galaxy and regional sponsors tied to the Middle East and North Africa, markets where Hakimi's influence is particularly strong. While endorsement figures are rarely disclosed, industry estimates suggest players of Hakimi's stature typically earn $1 to $3 million annually from sponsorships, an amount that continues to rise as his profile expands. For someone raised in a modest immigrant household, $25 to $30 million isn't about extravagance. It's about security. Security for family. Security for the future. Security that allows choice instead of urgency. At just 27, with prime years still ahead, Hakimi's financial story, like his career, feels far from complete. For a player whose career has been defined by motion, his homes and cars tell a quieter story. One about security, privacy, and control, not excess. When Achraf Hakimi signed for Paris Saint-Germain in 2021, he established his primary residence in Paris, like most PSG stars, but not in the city centre. Instead, reports consistently place him in the western suburbs of Paris, areas known for gated villas, privacy, and elite security rather than glamour. These neighborhoods, frequently favored by PSG players, feature modern detached homes with gardens, private parking, and controlled access. Estimated value is between $3.3 million to $6.6 million, depending on size and exact suburb. Hakimi's Paris home is not a showpiece. No interior tours, no social media reveals. Its value lies in what it prevents: intrusion. Born and raised in Madrid, Hakimi maintains strong ties to Getafe, the working-class suburb where his journey started. While he does not publicly list property under his own name, multiple reports confirm that family-controlled residences exist in Spain, reflecting long-term security rather than investment speculation. This is not a luxury mansion in the hills, it's legacy property. Hakimi has repeatedly described Morocco as home, and reporting confirms access to family property in Morocco, though details remain intentionally scarce. These properties are typically described as spacious family homes rather than ultra-luxury estates. Hakimi's garage mirrors his housing philosophy: functional, elite, unannounced. The Audi Q7 is Hakimi's most consistently reported vehicle, famously gifted during his Real Madrid years, a performance SUV built for reliability, comfort, and understated authority. Estimated value: $70,000 to $85,000. This is not a flex. It's transport that matches a daily professional routine. Next is the Mercedes-Benz AMG Performance Class. As one of the highest-paid fullbacks in the world following his 2025 PSG extension, Hakimi's access to high-performance sedans is consistent with peers at his earning level. The Mercedes has an estimated value of $110,000 to $140,000. Power: refined, not loud. For a player who spends his life sprinting through space, the real luxury is having somewhere the sprint ends. A locked gate, a silent garage, a home that doesn't need explaining. And in a football era obsessed with showing everything, that restraint might be Hakimi's most expensive habit of all. Family has always been the center of Hakimi's life. And when I say family, I mean his parents and kids, if you know what I mean. Hakimi was married to Spanish actress Hiba Abouk from 2020 until 2023. She is of Tunisian descent. The couple have two sons, born in 2020 and 2022. On March 27, 2023, Abouk released a statement on her Instagram account confirming that the couple had previously separated and that they were awaiting divorce proceedings. It was reported that Abouk requested more than half of Hakimi's assets and fortune, although the assets are allegedly held in his mother's name. The claim was later disproven as fake news. Was it fake though? Either way, he did have untouchable assets. Hakimi is intensely private. He rarely shares intimate moments. His social media is controlled. His home life is guarded. This isn't secrecy, it's boundaries. A learned response from someone who watched how quickly attention can consume people who weren't ready for it. Hakimi is a Muslim who has performed the Umrah to Mecca multiple times. He speaks Spanish, Darija, Moroccan Arabic, French, and English. Following Hakimi's performances at the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar, a football stadium in Qasr El Kabir was named after him. He was named Arab Sportsman of the Year for 2022 at the Joy Awards in Riyadh.
Hakimi's life, like many others, isn't void of legal troubles. On March 3, 2023, Hakimi was indicted by an investigating judge in Paris over an allegation of rape of a 24-year-old woman and placed under judicial supervision. He was banned from contacting his alleged victim, but allowed to leave French territory. Hakimi's lawyer stated that his client strongly denies the allegations. What defines Hakimi most off the pitch is emotional control. Even in moments of personal difficulty, he has remained composed, choosing silence over spectacle and patience over reaction. That restraint mirrors his football intelligence, knowing when to burst forward and when to hold position. Teammates often describe him as focused, respectful, and serious. Not distant, but intentional. Someone who understands that energy is finite and attention is expensive. At home, Hakimi is routine. Training schedules are sacred. Recovery is deliberate. Time is protected. No chaos. No unnecessary noise. Because for someone whose career depends on speed, clarity matters. His personal life is not built to impress the world, it's built to sustain him in it. And when the whistle fades, when the chants dissolve into the night, Achraf Hakimi doesn't chase the echo. He goes back to the two worlds that formed him, the streets that taught him to run, and the values that taught him when to stop. Hope you enjoyed this one. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a reminder that you can honor where you're from and still run far beyond it. Stay active, and I'll see you soon.